Welcome back. Now let us talk about the approach. You see, once you have understood the basics, the fundamentals and the concepts of finance, investment and business, then you will be able to differentiate between participative investment, entrusted investment and personal asset investment. Participative investment is equity based in that you can have your private business or it is partnership business. You can also consider stock market investment, investment in shares, and then also some equity based mutual funds and similar other things. When you talk of entrusted investment, here you are entrusting your money to somebody else. That is basically debt. You are giving your money to somebody on loan. Here you can consider fixed deposits, the company deposits, the government bonds or the treasury bills, then debentures, debt mutual funds, and similar other things. And when you consider the personal asset investment or ownership of certain things, in that you can consider real estate, gold or some precious stones. You can invest in commodity, crude oil, currency, some antiques, and similar other things. All right. So you will be able to differentiate between them. You will also be able to decide as to how much liquidity you want in your investment. And then you will also know or you will be able to decide for yourself as to how much risk you can take, whether you want a fixed return or you want a variable return. So a clarity of mind will be there. All that clutter in your mind, that will get sorted out and you will have a clear picture as to what exactly you want to do. Now let us say after analyzing all these things, after going through that, you decide that you want to invest in the stock market. So if you want to invest in the stock market, then you will need to learn something about the stock market. What is that? First is that you need to understand the stock market as a play field. That means a broad understanding of the stock market. In that you would need to understand what a share is or what a stock is, the concept of the share, what a capital structure of a company is. Then you need to understand the initial public offering and the follow on public offering and how they are priced. Then you will need to understand what a primary market is, what a secondary market is, and what is the difference between them. Then you will also need to know what a depository participant is, then how a trade happens on the stock exchange, and so many other things related to the stock market you would need to understand. Once you understand that, then you need to understand who the players are there in the stock market. When you talk of stock market, there are not only investors, there are traders also, there are arbitrators, there are hedgers, there are foreign institutional investors, there are domestic institutional investors, then there are high net worth institutions or high net worth investors. Then there are speculators, there are gamblers, there are players behind the curtain, people who don't come in front but they play from behind the curtain. Then you need to understand why there is price fluctuation. What is the logic of price fluctuation in the stock market? Similar other things you will need to learn about the stock market. Then you will also need to understand the rules of the game in the stock market. First of all, you will have to select a role. What exactly you want to be? You want to be an investor or do you want to be a trader? Then you need to understand the significance of various analysis. Then you also need to understand various stock parameters and the ratios. Then risk management is an important aspect which you will need to know. Then you will also have to understand some derivatives like the futures and options and how do you trade in futures and options. Then also what is hedging? Hedging is an important part of investment. You would need to understand that. And so many similar things about the stock market you would need to understand. Now the point is that all these things you can learn from a good book. Select a good book and in a sequence, in a systematic manner, try to learn from a good book. Or if you want to learn it for free, then maybe you will have to surf the internet, you will have to search some videos on the YouTube, and in a systematic manner you can try to learn from those videos. But if you are short of time and you need all this knowledge in a structured form in one course on Udemy, then probably you can have a look at this course. This is again one of my courses, which is titled The Stock Market for Absolute Beginners. It is a conceptual course for students across the globe. Students from all countries can have a look at this because the concepts remain the same. It is a 8.5 or 8.5 hours course containing 57 lectures and also certain question and answers asked by my students. But remember that this is a basic course for absolute beginners and don't go by the rating which is given here. This rating is at the time when I am recording this. When you actually want to enroll, the rating may change. So if you want to enroll for this course, look for the rating and the reviews at the time when you want to enroll. Alright, in the next lesson we shall